It's Georgia Rose. Welcome. I am in my home office, whatever you want to call it, studio, all kinds of things tonight. I don't know. I'm doing all kinds of different careers and jobs today. But welcome to the Sankuda Studio. Sankuda Astrology Studio. This is the Soul Space with Georgia Rose. I'm here every Monday at 7 o'clock. And I am your gateway to the stars. And tonight is all about you. Tonight we're going to do some readings. So hopefully you'll get picked. I'm going to go in the comments and choose who's going to get a reading tonight. So if you would, for me, if you can just share the show, that would be really, really great. And I'm just going to make some adjustments here. Had a really busy day. I feel like all of a sudden things just really speeded up in the world. So I don't know if it feels like that for you guys, but it feels like that for me. So I'm going to keep sharing the show with a few of my pages so that y'all can see me. And then I want to do some housekeeping and let you guys know what's going on with a few things. Okay, so I am going to exit full screen here. That's much better for me. Okay. So I hope you guys are having a good week. As I said, I am here every Monday night at 7 o'clock, except that I am going to be going on a little hiatus. I decided that I needed to take advantage of some of the astrology that we have going on right now. And so I'm going to actually take a little brief pause from the show. I'll be back after Labor Day on September 11th, Monday at 7. And you'll probably have some new things going on the Soul Space. But the reason I decided to do that now is because we are in what's known as the Venus star point. The Venus star point is when Venus changes from being an evening star to a morning star. Actually, right now, it's going to be a morning star. After this next week. Right now, you're probably seeing Venus at night. It'll come to the edge of the horizon now, just in the beginning of the day. And when Venus does that, it means it's been conjunct the sun. And Venus conjunct the sun, or Venus cazimi the sun, is a really auspicious time because Venus is the things that we love and value, and the sun is our vitality and our soul. And so Venus conjunct sun and the Venus star point comes every 8 years. And so right now we are in a really critical point where it's the closing of an 8-year cycle and the beginning of a new 8-year cycle in themes of things we love, things we desire, our dreams, our hopes, our romances, our passions. So think back to 8 years ago where you were, summer of 2015, and what was going on in your life then. And think about some of the themes that were going on and what you were really trying to manifest in your life, or what your dreams were, or what you were really trying to do at that time in order to, fulfill a wish or something that you really thought was your purpose or passion. Right now, we're ending that cycle. Now, that doesn't mean that that has to go away, or that dream, if you haven't been able to really bring it into your life, is dead. What that means is that maybe that particular cycle of you not achieving that dream is ended. And now you're going to revisit that and revitalize and put some fertilizer on it and really grow that dream to be what you want it to be. So the beginning and the endings are really important, especially in astrology, and especially when you have Venus and the sun together at the Venus star point. This is an energy of creativity. It's an energy of being passionate about your drives and your ambitions. So when we have an energy like that, this is a really awesome time to think back to what you were doing 8 years ago and 4 years ago, which was the middle point of the cycle, and where you are now with those same thoughts and dreams and wishes. For me, the summer of 2015, I was actually on a hiatus from real estate a little bit. I had closed a brokerage firm that I owned for quite a few years and gone to work for another firm. And it was a time of real transition in my life. It was a time where I remember backpacking on the beach and really taking time off for the first time in maybe 20, 25 years at the time. And I just really discovered myself and went very deep into my own spiritual journey. And I had been on a spiritual journey for many years, but that particular summer was the summer that I completely devoted to myself. And I was doing Reiki on the beach with people. And I was like, just going on Facebook and saying, hey, we've got a Reiki circle tonight over at Field 5 at the beach or whatever. And then people would show up. And I was doing drum circles and readings and just really diving full force into the spiritual world and developing my own spiritual talents and the things that I did. So now I'm at this 8-year point again, and it's time for me, especially since I created Zenkuda at the 4-year mark, the halfway point, right? Now it's time for me to take that energy and really think about and have a moment with myself of where do I want this energy to go and what am I really trying to manifest with it? And so I need to take a break and a hiatus from Soul Space for a few weeks, just 3 weeks, to think about where this is all going and how I really want to present and who I really want to be in the world. And that's what this is about for you as well. So think about if there's anything that you seriously need to change in your life, if there's anything that you need to do more of in your life. These are the kind of things that we really want to bring up from the depth of our being and evolve into and actuate now. We have a really powerful cycle with this Venus star point in this next few days where we can predict and map out, do a mind map of sorts for the things that we really want to do. So use this energy well, guys, okay? The only other thing I'm going to talk about in relation to that is that we have a new moon coming in Wednesday in Leo. And the new moon in Leo is also really an auspicious new moon because the Venus star point is in Leo. The sun and the moon, and new moon is when they're together. They're going to be right with Venus. So this new moon is highlighting the Venus star point more so than we've had in many, 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 many years, like a long, long time. So if there's anything, again, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, maybe you're longing for a romantic partnership that can come in energy like this if you manifest and work in alignment with the universe. So what does it mean to work in alignment with the universe? Well, we've got this beautiful new moon in Leo, which is actually right against it's around the 2023 mark of Leo. Wherever Leo is in your chart, that's the house you want to work in. Mine is the 8th house, which is transformation. It's also death and rebirth. It is manifesting karmic debt and karmic reward. So now you can see why I really want to think about where I am with my work in the world and what kind of soul work I'm doing. What's my soul space? And so with this new moon coming in, all these planets in Leo, we also have at the same time Mercury and Mars in Virgo. And that Mercury and Mars point in Virgo is an energy that makes us move forward. It's get it done. It's what are the details? What do you have to do? What do you have to map out? So the universe has given us this perfect stellium of planets in order to find our purpose, feel our purpose, get real with ourselves about our purpose, and then utilize that Mars, Mercury, which is our mind and our power, to move the ball forward and actually step into what we really want to do. So whatever it is you want to manifest, even if it isn't spiritual, maybe you want to start a new business, or maybe you want to have a child. This is a very fertile energy for that. I will tell you, if you are of childbearing age and not planning on having a child, be careful, because this is a really, really creative time. I mean, this is the time of creating. If you have a writer's block, sit in front of the computer this week. If you are an artist and you haven't been doing your art, do it this week. There's a super, super new moon and Venus star point to really ignite the passion. If you are in relationships right now, very passionate relationships can form in this energy. You can reignite the passion that you have in a relationship that maybe has gone stale. So really use Wednesday's new moon. Do a ritual, spend a few moments with yourself and think about, what do I really need to pay attention to? What is what I value? What makes me valuable in the world? Venus, people call it the planet of love. It is, but Venus is the planet of love in relation to value. What do we value? What's valuable to us? Maybe you're a family person. Maybe you're someone who likes to have the security of money. Maybe you're both. But those values, what they are to you, is what you need to focus on in this energy, because we have the energy and we have the support of the universe to really make whatever our dream is come true. Really passionate energy. You're going to feel shift changes with an energy like this. If you haven't been manifesting properly in alignment with the universe, the things that you really are meant to do and the things that make your soul passionate and ignited, if you've been ignoring those or falling short of your own potential, this is the energy that's going to show you that. And sometimes, because Uranus is also involved, no pun there, sometimes this can really be harsh energy if it's going to show you, where you have not been living up to your full potential. So really live up to your full potential. Okay. If you've been neglecting your health, if you've been neglecting, being responsible in some way, step up to it, because this is the energy that's going to show you what you should have been doing the last 8 years. And it's also an energy that will show you your path moving forward and what you're meant to do and how to do it. So you can really make those mind maps. So you'll see those shift changes. They will happen for us all. There's a lot of planets that are very passionate and very forward moving in the sky right now on this new moon, even though Venus and Mercury are retrograde. Mercury is not officially retrograde yet, but it did enter shadow. So for the next few weeks with Mercury and Venus retrograde, what you should not do, or if you have to do, be very, very careful the way you do it, is any kind of beautification. You're decorating your home, you're going out to buy furniture. You're probably going to hate it when it's delivered if you buy it during a Venus retrograde. Hair coloring, tattoos, plastic surgery, augmentations of any kind. If you do it during a Venus Mercury retrograde or a Venus retrograde, which is what we're in until I believe October is where we leave the shadow point of that. If you do it, just be prepared. You either will have complications or you won't like it. A lot of times I'll see people go out to, for instance, purchase a wedding dress during a Venus retrograde. Then they go for their final fitting and they're like, oh my God, this wasn't the dress I picked out. Well, yeah, it was, because Venus was retrograde. So if you have to do any of those things, read the fine print or really ask someone you really trust an opinion, because sometimes we can't trust our own, our own taste, in this energy. So don't ever get a tattoo during Venus retrograde. You'll be going to the tattoo fixer. All right. And the same thing when we fall in love during Venus retrograde, especially with Mercury going to shadow. It doesn't really last. So, okay. Somebody's calling me. Okay. Don't they know I'm doing the Soul Space podcast? All right. So let me go back to the show. Want to see who's on, because I'm going to do cards tonight. Just had to do 15 minutes of astrology, because that new moon is really coming in. So make sure you spend some time with yourself, quiet time. What was the last 8 years? What was happening for me in 2015? And how did it relate to something that was a halfway mark in 2019? And how is it ending now? Or where am I supposed to take it further now? In 2015 was when I went on my vision quest really deeply. 2019, I formed Zenkuda and started to do my podcast. And now look where I am 4 years later, still doing it, different studio, but it's time for me to now take this all to a much different level. So expect things to be on steroids when you all see me again on September 11th. All right. So let's see who we have here. I'm going to pull cards for you guys. So I'm going to do my first person tonight is, hey, everybody. I got Sarah and Elaine and Anne, Janine. I got everybody on here. This is great. So I'm going to do cards tonight. I'm using a traditional tarot deck. And I am using, for my qualifiers, I'm using my soul cards. And if you at home are doing tarot, one of the things that you can do that's really cool is you can use a Rider-Waite tarot deck, or you can use any kind of tarot deck you want. But I always pick a second deck as my clarifier. And what I mean by that is oftentimes after the reading is been, the spread's been pulled, or I have the cards on the table, I'll pick from a different deck, and the card will probably be something that's very relative to all the cards I picked. And that's my confirmation that I've read the energy right, if that makes sense. Okay. So I am going to pick a card for first person in my comments is Sarah. So I'm going to pick a card for you, Sarah. And I've got my little card spreader here. So as you guys know, I always go into the energy of that person a little bit. And Sarah, I feel like we're just previous to today that you were actually very lighthearted and joyful. I feel happiness, but I feel like today was a little challenging for you for some reason. But I am going to see what I got here for cards for you. So, yeah, I feel like that time is over. Okay, good, good, good. This is going to be good. Okay, so these are the three cards that I picked for you, Sarah. And the first card that I picked was this card, which is, I'm sorry, I'm looking on camera. It was the first card that I picked was this card in reverse, which is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords, let me go on camera here. Four of Swords is a card that is really quiet repose. It's a card that wants us to take some time out and, like I was just saying, spend a moment with ourselves and really try and connect with that inner portion that's going to give you ideas, creativity, and the roadmap of where you really want to go. Because something is definitely brewing where this Pentacle card is the card of hard work paying off. And this card comes up a lot in our readings on the show and also in my private things. And the reason that card comes up so much, I believe, is because a lot of us are in transition and we're working on things, but maybe we haven't really seen the abundance or the fruitfulness of it yet. And this card is there to remind us that we absolutely are manifesting and orchestrating what needs to be, and we will have that abundance. We just can't see it. And then this is the, I'm sorry, I went the wrong way because I'm looking on the camera. And then this card is the third card that I picked. And this card is the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is a card you can see of balance. It's a card of also biding your time, like strategy wise, like you don't have to do everything all at once. Pace yourself. This is a card of angelic energy that also is balance. You can see the cups going from one cup, the water, the fluid, the water going from one cup to the next. Temperance really is a meaning that is balancing the spiritual life with the three-dimensional life. And so when we have temperance, we're in balance. We're not overboard on anything and we're not underwhelmed on anything. So that's a card of balance. So this reading tells me that something is going on for you that you need to just spend time with yourself and the message will come and the answers will come very, very clearly. I'm feeling a lot of energy around your head right now. So just know that I feel like that's light wanting to come in, that's spirit wanting to talk to you. So try and spend some time with yourself. I'm going to pull a card for confirmation. Okay, so I just have to look at this card a minute. Yeah, this is a card, my spirit card here is, if you look at this card, it's a very beautiful card. All these cards are, but I feel like this is you almost like in a protective cocoon. And if you look at this card, there's also, they're both, this is an angel, right? And then this is also an angel with stars on her and everything. So to me, what this means, and if you look very closely, it's really like two light beings of the same species. They're both angels, but one is protecting the other. And the one on the bottom is almost like in a little bit of strife, but there's no need for her to be so because she's completely protected. And you could also look at this card in this way as well if you wanted to. And you'll see that this is the natural order of life where we are protected, but sometimes we don't know it and we think we're alone. But that's just an illusion because we're never really alone. And we also have protection within ourselves that we can manifest, and maybe manifest is the wrong word. We have protection within ourselves that we can ignite at any time and protect ourselves with divine energy as long as we believe that. Like I know there are angels standing behind me right now. And I know if I say them, angels,
All right, everybody. We're gonna try to get Georgia back. Hang in there just a second. Let's see what we can do. All right. All right, hang in there. We'll be right back.
Sorry
And we're
about that,
back.
guys. Am I back on?
You're back on. I held you
I
down.
promise never to summon my angels again when I'm online, because obviously the energy in the room blasted everything. I know my angels are behind me, and I snap. And if I say angels and I snap my fingers, and the next thing you know, we're not online anymore. Okay, maybe now you'll believe. Okay, so the only problem I'm going to have with this is I can't see my comments, but I'm going to get those in a minute. Okay. All right. I just don't know if I'm on the iPad or on. Okay, so I'm not on this one. Now I'm on. All right, can you guys see me? That'll teach me to summon my angels, right, guys? Okay, so I'm going to read some of the comments and go to the next card. So, Sarah, what I was saying about for your reading, I hope you guys can all hear me and see me. I promise I'll never summon my angels again while I'm online. So, Sarah, what I was saying is just go into that divine energy because you are very protected. All right. Going to read the comments now. Okay, let's read some comments here, guys. Somebody tell me I'm on because hello, everyone. Okay, good. All right, you're welcome, Sarah. So I just want to read some comments about where people were in 2015, etc. Well, I guess I can't read my comments now. Okay. Remind me never to do this again. Okay. So comments. Okay, my cards. Someone's asking when is my cards coming out? My cards are out. I just am waiting for a huge shipment, which will be here any day. So if anyone's interested in my Circle of Light cards, just like message me and I'll put you on the list. Okay. Janine Jameli is saying, I just finished chemo summer 2015 and wanted my life back together, but I feel like my life is more together now. Yeah. And I think now it's like we get to go to the next rung in the ladder. So if there's something that was a transformative thing for you guys 8 years ago, and we're in this new 8-year cycle, think of it as another rung on the ladder with that theme. Okay. Hey, Monica. I don't know who Halu Wahab Bakalar is, but we'll see. Anne Rothney's here. I think, Bobby, I think we got to delete Halu, Wa, Bakalar. I think they're a bot. Okay. So I'm going to go back to cards. I did Sarah. Next person up is Anne Rothney. We're going to get you some cards, babe. Okay. Sorry for the interruption, but you guys are my witness. I said, I know my angels are here, and I snapped my fingers and the video went out. Oh, it's always in my house, like lights flicker and stuff just goes woo. Okay. So you got to believe in energy. Okay. So Anne, this is for you. Now you guys see why I'm taking a hiatus from the show. I got to regroup, man. Got to regroup. Okay, and I got the Queen of Wands came out for you, which is a female fire sign. I got the Lovers. And I got the Tower. Well, all major arcana cards. When you have all major arcana cards like this in a spread, very unusual. In tarot, major arcana cards are the most powerful cards in the tarot deck. So when we get 3 major arcana cards in a spread, it's really going to signify that these are major life changes coming for you. So the first one I got was the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a fire sign female, or someone who identifies as a female. And this is an energy of somebody emotional, but in a very detached way. Like their emotion isn't mushy, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Their emotion is like, okay, let's get it done. Come on, chop, chop, you know. They're also prone to a little bit of anger sometimes, or impatience. And then I have this card, which is the Lover's card, which is interference in a relationship. The Lover's card, if you look at it closely, is 2 lovers with turbulence in between them. Yet the angel is in this card, and the beautiful sun, it's Archangel Gabriel bringing messages of interference to the lovers. So usually when I get this card and I have the Queen of Wands, this oftentimes means that there is some kind of an interference in a relationship from a fiery kind of female. It could be infidelity. It could be a mother-in-law, in between 2 people. It could be a child that comes between a couple. But there is some interference within the relationship. Could be an old flame coming in. Right now with Venus retrograde, you find a lot of old flames coming into the picture. The Tower card, I'm sorry, I'm looking in the mirror, in the camera. The Tower card is a card of everything falling away. So when I see a card spread like this leads me to believe that there's some relationship right now in your life, in your energy field, that maybe has a lot of interference or a lot of static. I feel like it's keeping you away from something that you should really be doing. And so if it falls away, it's going to be a good thing that this Queen of Wands is kind of come in the middle, because this falling away is a good thing for you, because whatever this relationship is, it's not meant for you. There's something better out there, and you're also supposed to be spending time on yourself. So, and that is absolutely the reading. I'm going to pull a soul card to confirm that. This one came out of the deck. I'm going to put that back in here. Okay. Yeah, and this is the card that came out for the confirmation of the reading. So what this leads me to feel is like, maybe you're feeling loss or you're feeling heartbreak signified by this blackness, but there's just too much around. It's like almost like you're holding on to this when you should be surrendering. Let it go. It's not meant to be held on to, because you have all this light around that you just are not seeing because you're holding on to darkness. So stop holding on to the darkness. Let that go. Surrender it. Give it away. Give it up to the angels and let something new come in for you. Okay. That was Sarah. And I got Janine now. Janine, let's see if they'll give us any inkling as to the next 8 years for you. That would be really cool, right? 3 cards for Janine. I got the Justice card. Woohoo! I got the 10 of Swords, and I got the Fool. Actually, this makes a lot of sense. Not the way you think it. Okay, so I've got these 3 cards coming in. And if you look at these 3 cards, the first one that I picked was the Justice card. The Justice card is a card of fairness. It means that, and I'm sorry, I'm pulling the wrong one because I'm in the camera. The Justice card is a card of fairness, of things working out in your favor. It's the queen sitting on the throne, being just, ruling over what's fair, right? I take this as you ruling over your own life and your own sovereignty, your own agency. And then I have this card. This is your challenge. This card, the 10 of Swords, is a card that, the 8 of Swords is a card that makes us feel imprisoned. We think that we really don't have the freedom that we have, or we're not capable of doing something we have, but it's an illusion because we can just walk forward anytime we want. We're imprisoning ourselves in our own thought and limited belief systems. Our belief system and our minds are limiting us. And then the third card here is the Fool card. And the Fool card is not the Fool. The Fool card, if you look, has a 0 at the top. And for those of you learning tarot or fooling around with tarot now to try and become a tarot reader, the 0 at the top of the Fool card is indicative of the fact that the Fool card can be either known as the first card in tarot or the last card in the major arcana. And if you look closely, you'll see the dog in the picture, right? This guy's like, having a little wand with the little clothing on top of it, like he's running away from home. And he's got this little dog and he's stepping off the cliff. He's going to step off the cliff. Well, this is about taking the leap of faith and believing in yourself. So the next 8 years, your challenge is going to be to step out of the limiting belief systems and really have faith in yourself and know that you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And I'm going to confirm that with a Soul card. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. So take my advice and just let go of the limiting belief systems and step into your power, because this is you surrounded by angels and knowing that you have the power to do whatever you want in your life. Look at the amount of divine energy around you, like fire, babe. This girl is on fire. And you notice the hands up in surrender. That is symbolic of releasing, letting go. Just, there's so many things right now. We're all in this big transitional period. And there's so many things that we don't want to let go of. We have fear and discomfort. Let it all go. Because when we throw our hands up and we say, okay, I'm trusting the universe, I'm just going to go where you're sending me and know this is my path. Just watch how your life goes into alignment. And that's really a lot of the Zancuda philosophy and the Zancuda community. We are a group of people trying to live our full potential. And in order to do that, you got to release the garbage that's holding you back. So that's it in a nutshell. Okay. After Janine, we've got Marianne Sabatino, and then I've got Elaine, and then I'm going to do Marianne. Oh, wow. Sarah says she thinks she met me at this time of 2015. Might have been. I was doing the shows. Yes, I was doing the Psychic Fairs in 2015. In 2015, I was like 14 and 15. I was like really deep into my spiritual stuff. I was like, I'd been on the path since 2009, 2010. And by 2014, 15, I was like every day doing either an event or private work or something. It was like I was really involved because I took a hiatus from my earthbound life. Okay. So this is for... This is Marianne, and then we'll go to the rest. Okay, Marianne, I'm going to pick 3 cards for you. Marianne, are you gardening? Because you should be. Just got that. Can't tell you why. Just got it. Okay, again, with like a major arcana cards are really coming out tonight. And I just feel that's the energy. This new moon is a huge shift change. So if you really can be devoted or do some kind of a ritual for the Venus star point, a ritual for Venus star point would be really going into any kind of fire ceremony, even a candle gazing, because we have the sun and Venus together, and just asking the universe, show me what my true passion and my true purpose in life is, and bring me to the next step in my passion. So the first card that I picked, Marianne, for you was this beautiful card of the Ace of Cups, which if you watch the show, guys, you're starting to really learn tarot through me. This is a card of baptism. You can see the chalice and the Holy Spirit coming through. This is God's grace. This is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck for new beginnings, baptism, rebirth. So if you can, really try and turn over a new leaf on this new 8-year cycle. And then I have this card in the middle, which came up, which is the Justice card. We just got this recently for Janine in her reading. And this is things going fair, things going in your favor. Finally seeing the equality in life, all right, that you deserve. But then we have this card. This is your challenge, is carrying burdens that don't belong to you. So that could be others' grief. It could be maybe you're grieving yourself, but you're compounding that grief by taking on others. Or it could be that you're compounding things in the family by taking on other people's problems. Don't do that, because there's a new birth, a rebirth, and a baptism almost that wants to come in for you. And it will come in if you're taking on other people's karma. So I'm going to do a confirmation of that here with these cards. Yeah, see, I'm seeing, and I don't know if you'll see it on camera, but this particular card, if you look at it, it's got this person in really quiet repose, right? But if you look in the lower corner of the card, there's a dragon. And right here it is. There's a dragon. Dragons are beautiful, and they sometimes can be very powerful creatures, but they also are symbolic of allowing the darkness to come in. So you've got this beautiful, beautiful person, I'm saying you, with all this light around them and this beautiful light around their head and this divine energy, but they don't realize that they're feeding the dragon. So you want to make sure that if there is anything dark, and I don't mean evil, I just mean negative, sad around you, you're releasing it and letting it go, because there really is a new rebirth and baptism that wants to come in for you, Marianne. All right. Next person is, where am I here? I got Sarah, Janine, Marianne, Pauline. I thought I had Elaine on here. If Elaine's still on here, I'll pull for her, and then I'll do the rest of you. Okay. And then I'll do Anita. Okay, so let me do Elaine. I'm going to do a couple cards for Elaine because I saw her on here before. Okay. Getting to the point where I need an assistant. Very tired today because I shouldn't say tired. I have low energy tonight because I was working at real estate all day, which is what I do, and negotiating. Okay, so the 3 cards I picked for you, Elaine, which is really interesting for me because I picked the Lovers for you as well. And this card keeps coming up a lot in a lot of my readings. So the first card that I picked was the Grief card. And the Grief card can also be a very melancholy feeling, but I feel like this is interference in something, like maybe a relationship, but I feel like it's almost like plans that you had your kind of heart set on, or that you're really hoping would come to fruition, are very delayed or not happening right now. And this is causing kind of a grief feeling, but I feel like you're blaming someone for this that you shouldn't. This empirical figure here, I guess he's over here. This empirical figure here, I feel like you're blaming them for the delays, and it really is no one's fault. I feel like it's kind of just the universe. I also feel whatever you're feeling melancholy and bittersweet about, whatever this delay is, I feel like it's actually good that it's happening. You just don't know that yet, that something's going to be revealed to you that shows you that this is actually a very good delay, because it brings in something, gives you time for something else. All right. And I'm going to do a soul card for confirmation. Telling me to pick this one. Oh, wow. Look at this. So yeah. So just, any kind of grief or melancholy that you're feeling, just surrender it and give it up. You can see the hands are positioned in surrender right here, and all the light coming in. This is like messages from spirit, messages, divine messages, like really, really maybe do a ceremony for this new moon, because you've got some great connections coming through. Okay. All right. So next one is, I said I would do after Elaine. I'm going to pull a couple of cards for Pauline. All right. Just want to see. Yeah, Elaine's still there. Good. Okay. She said she understands that. Yeah. And that's not traditionally what the Lover's card means for me. But when I pulled it, it told me it was something with a delay. And you're like blaming someone. It's really not. It's not a human thing. It's not. The blame doesn't lie with any human, is what they're telling me. Okay. And it's for a good reason. Okay. So I'm going to do Pauline and then Anita. Just got to watch my time. Okay. We got plenty of time. Okay, Pauline. I know you guys can tell when my energy's a little low because I can just feel it. You feel it, you know. Okay. It's hard being out in the 3D world sometimes, right? I don't know if you guys are feeling that, but I surely am. That's why I'm glad I have this beautiful community of Zenkuda. And I want to start to do some events for us, because I feel like we all need to be in a room together. And I hope that you guys will support those events and come. Okay, so here we have the 3 cards that I picked for Pauline. And Pauline, the first card I picked for you was in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Pentacles in reverse is, usually in right side up, it's a nostalgia card. But in reverse, it means that you're moving away from that nostalgia. You're moving away from the past. It's almost like you no longer feel attached to it. You're losing your connection. You're detaching, but it's actually a good thing. Because the next card that I got is you looking at the future. And you had to detach from the past in order to do that. So you're on the right track. And the thing that confirms that for me is this Knight of Wands energy. That's an energy of moving forward. You can see the knight is the horse is raised up. He's got a wand on here with new growth. So keep moving away from whatever negative energy is really keeping you stagnated or attached to the past, because I feel like the more you move away from that energy of the past and really start giving your future a chance, things really come together for you. And I'm going to try to confirm that with a soul card in the reading. Yeah, see, this is so weird. It's like I can see right away. Whenever I look at these photos, I immediately get the hit. This guy's looking out, but he's almost afraid to look out, right? It's almost like this figure, even though they have a lot of light around the head, and you see fishes, right? And what are the fishes doing? They're floating in 2 different directions. So this is like a Pisces card, but what it looks like is someone's looking out. They're looking out of the window. They want to see what's out there before they make their move, right? And I feel like that's where you're at. But the problem is the more you don't make your move, you're going in 2 different directions, and you need to pick one. All right. So that's my reading for you, Miss Pauline. Okay. Next up, we've got Anita. Anita Mina is also a longtime supporter of mine. I think I met her at the shows years ago. Shuffling for Anita. Okay. Just want to say something to all of us, because I'm really saying it for myself, because I just saw myself on camera and I was like, oh, I don't know about that. I don't look so good. And I just want to say out there, because I know most of my followers are ladies, even though we do have some men as well, and they maybe do it too, but I feel like we're very judgmental of ourselves. And that's, Mercury in Virgo, and Mercury is going to be in Virgo for a while. And Mercury, when it's in Virgo, makes us critical. And we really have to celebrate our beauty, no matter what that is. Maybe you have beautiful feet, celebrate your feet. But we are very hypercritical of ourselves, and we don't realize that goes forward into all aspects of our life. So try and really make sure that you know how beautiful you are, and that you're celebrating that appearance that you love, and the body that supports you, the feet that you walk on, whatever it is, the hands that allow you to do everything from changing diapers to baking cookies. Just really be in that space of being in gratitude for yourself and knowing you're beautiful. because we're so hypercritical of ourselves in this energy, I find. And I just wanted to throw that out there. So, Anita, we've got the Justice card for you. Again, this keeps coming up tonight. And I think this keeps coming up because the energy also of the Venus star point is a lot of times karmic rewards and karmic debt. So if there's anything that we've done really well, we're going to get a reward for it. If there's anything that we've been kind of crappy about, we're going to kind of get in the debt of it. So I think that's why the Justice card keeps coming out. But for you, especially, particularly, personally, I think this is indicative of something that is happening where you are going to find justice, literally, like whether it's a lawsuit or a court hearing or just an argument or conflict, it works out in your favor. Because I see the Queen of Pentacles as the next card, and she's the queen sitting on the throne that brings abundance. So whatever this Justice card is symbolizing for you, and I think you probably know what it is, this energy is definitely you being confident and coming into your own. And I have the Page of Pentacles here bringing you a message about that abundance coming from this Justice, because you've stood your ground, you've stood in your confidence for the person that you are, and now the good news comes. So I really feel something is going to be working out in your favor. And confirmation. Yeah, this is, everybody's talking about everything, and everybody's in your head, and you've got a million different ideas, a million different people weighing on you. But if you look at this person, they're very peaceful. And this can also symbolize people passed over on the other side who are supporting you. But for me, this is really stepping into your own power and knowing that your own conscience, your own mind, your own choices are your most important weapon right now, because you know better than anybody what really is right for you. So take that with you. Okay. I'm going to look for your comments, Anita. Sorry, I'm so thirsty tonight. I was talking all day. I'm not seeing your comments, hon. I see the beginning one. When are your cards coming out? That's weird. Okay. So I'm going to keep going. I saw your comment that says, can you see my comments? You're welcome, Ann. Yeah, you can listen to replays on the Zenkuda YouTube channel. You can listen to replays on my Facebook page. They stay there for a while. Okay. Yeah, Michelle, just a low energy kind of day, right? Okay. So I'm going to pick a card now for Monica. All right. And then if I have time, I'll go to the rest of us. Yeah, I want to definitely do some events. That's why I'm also taking a hiatus. I have to start planning things. So this is for Monica, and I think Monica will probably be our last one tonight. Okay, Monica. So Monica, the first card that I got here was the Ace of Swords. And you know what? I'm gonna reshuffle these because they're the exact same cards that came out. If they came out again, they will if they're supposed to. Let me just go like this. Can't possibly be. Here we go. So Monica, I have a card here for recognition and balance and hard work paying off. So whatever you've been doing this past week, you've been doing the right thing, because I definitely feel like, did I just freeze? I'm still on. So I definitely feel like, Monica, whatever you've been doing this past week, keep going with that energy, because the cards are showing me that you have some recognition coming to you and things are getting really more balanced and hard work is paying off. I mean, it's that simple in the reading. That's really what it's about. So I'm going to pull a card for confirmation, but I just feel like the energy is really in your favor. So keep doing what you're doing. Try to do a Venus star point ritual as well. Okay. Okay, so I've got this beautiful card. It looks like rebirth to me, but I also feel a lot of angelic and Jesus Christ energy. So this card for you, Monica, is really about staying in connection to divinity. As you can see, it's like angels. I'm trying to put it where it needs to be. It's like angels, and you've got this beautiful, um, here we go, you can see it now. You've got this beautiful card of angelic energy, and then this beautiful person, like almost like a rebirth with all the light around it. And this is like a musical instrument, and the sound is coming from it. So if you can listen to music, maybe meditation music, something like that, really allow yourself to be in divine energy. Because when I look at this card, it's just a card of rebirth and growth. And I feel like you're really reaching another level in your journey. Beautiful, beautiful energy. All right. So we're almost ready to wrap for tonight. The Venus Star Point, Gira asks, what is the Venus Star Point? A Venus Star Point ritual would be anything to do with fire and passion. So if you have a fire pit or a fireplace, you could use that, because Venus is passion, and Venus Star Point is when Venus and the sun are aligned. You could also candle gaze if you have a candle that you really at home that you like, or just something. You could even anoint a candle with holy water, or you could set an intention with a candle. Fire is our passion, it's our soul. So anything with fire and nurturing energy feeds our passion. So you could do that, and maybe just do some kind of a journaling or meditation. And then at the end of that, set your intention in a positive way. Thank you, universe, for bringing me into my full passion. Thank you, universe, for bringing me what I want to manifest. And then blow out the candle. You could even journal or do something where you write a letter to yourself with your goal or your dreams and how you want to accomplish them. And even if you don't have all the detail, end it with, thank you, universe, for showing me the way, or showing me the detail, or my next step. And you could, take that and actually burn it, because you're releasing the energy to the whole world and the whole universe in alignment. Not burning it in the idea of destroying it like you would a releasing ceremony, although you can do a releasing ceremony if it's something that you really need to release to go to your next 8-year cycle. But on a Venus Star Point ritual, you want to set intention, and you can do that by allowing it to be in the world. The other type of ritual that you can do, and this is the most important thing with ritual, is ritual gets its force by activity. So, even like in the old crazy times when people thought witches really did incantations, well, they had to actually do something if you watch movies and things. So the point I'm getting at is, if you're going to do any kind of a ritual, a fire ceremony where you set an intention, breathe the fire into it, or where you're going to just meditate and go into deep connection to set your intention, when you come out of that ritual, you have to embody it in your life. So you can't go into a ritual and almost like prayer, right? Ritual is like prayer. You can't go into that and say, please God, bring me the love of my life, my soulmate, and then go out and get drunk Friday night and, end up with a random. You're showing the universe that you're not ready for any soulmate relationship. So whatever your ritual is, you have to embody it in your actions in your everyday life. If your ritual is, I want to be a tarot reader, show me the way, and then you never pick up a tarot card and you don't practice and spend hours and hours and hours and hours developing the skill, then the universe isn't going to manifest that for you. So it's very important to match your passion with your activity in daily life. Your daily life is your Bible. It's your chapter. You write the story on every blank page of what you want to come to you. So the Venus Star Point is magnificent energy to be able to dream your dream into reality. That's what manifestation is. So through ritual, you set the energy, and through action, you manifest it. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. All right. So that's get yourselves all charged up. And I'm excited about this energy because I'm going to use it. But the way to also use the energy is, guys, close your front door, lock it up, sit home, go in your backyard, or go to the beach alone, or you got to be with yourself to find your soul space. And with that, I'm going to leave you. I will be back September 11th. But if you subscribe to all of my social media and my YouTube channel, I will be making some videos for you guys. So, but I'll see you in the soul space September 11th at 7 o'clock. Please, please, please share my stuff. Let's enlighten the world. That's part of the energy of being in this beautiful community. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for all your support, all your contributions as far as your comments and your suggestions and everything. If you have something that you'd like to see me do a show on, or something that you want to suggest that we do as a community together, please, please message me because I'd love to hear from all of you. Thanks so much. And do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Bye-bye now. I'll see you when I see you.